All right. We are here with our full moon in Aries readings. I think this is a great follow up. We obviously did the Libra new moon eclipse readings, which I think, again, as I told you on this channel, I felt really guided this month to really offer as much sign specific information and assistance because I think this is a really big part of the arc. I do know why I've been asked to hold off until it was time for the full moon so that I could get the full awareness of like what was coming into my life so that I could channel the proper messages. But again, you know who the zodiac sign that we're going to read for first is before I do, obviously. So we're just going to go ahead and allow spirit to come through with, it looks like we've got the energy. Let's see. Who will be going first? Are you shitting me? You better stop. Aquarius is up first, which is amazing for me. I had this lyric in my head that was talking about, this energy that has nothing. I didn't know what the sign was, but I was just hearing this line from a song that was like, I'm going to take you out tonight. I'm going to make you feel all right. Don't got a lot of money, but we'll be fine. Don't got a lot of money, but I'm going to show you a real good time. And perhaps I felt like that would be a message for the zodiac sign that started first. So we'll see how this message comes out. Aquarius, happy Aries full moon. This is a very significant full moon always. Again, we're right in the peak of eclipse season. We're right at the break from divine masculine season to divine feminine season. So this is a huge time of transition as is. But again, I just want to thank you guys for doing the work and following the guidance for those of you who are on this channel. Also, welcome to any new subscribers that have joined the channel and joined the community in the space. We're going to start with the current opening energy for Aquarius. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Right off the top. Seven of Pentacles. This is huge. I think the Aries full moon for our Aquarius collective is finally bringing us back to this self-awareness of harvest. I think Aquarius has physically, mentally, spiritually brought themselves to have this inward focus that talks about what it is that we have cultivated. Again, off the top, very on theme with any sort of full moon experience. The full moon is the point of germination. So when we talk about the seeds that were planted at the new moon, I just feel like Aquarius is coming into this energy where you took the guidance, you made sure that you had things to cultivate and to harvest at this time. And I'm very excited to see what exactly the full moon has for you, because at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Six of Cups. So immediately the impressions that I'm getting are, taking, again, that kind of, and perhaps that lyric really matters, is like, this connection, this coming into you, this soulmate, this on your path, fated, destined opportunity has to do with and will verify and sort of validate what you were getting prepared this whole time, specifically within these last 2 weeks while we were, for those of you who've been following this journey, but also, again, when we talk about the last 6 months, when we talk about what's ready for you now with this Aries full moon, is I believe that there's something that has to do, again, with this emotional, deeply Akashic partnership, or this sense of this thing that I'm coming into now that I'm connecting with, that's meant to expand my growth, is a part of my destiny, because it validates all of the things that I already have prepared. So that's very beautiful, Aquarius. Wow. And immediately, I get new beginning vibes all over this. Crossing you is the Page of Wands. Again, this is someone who is prepared and ready as at the beginning phases, but is initiated and dubbed by a higher power to begin this journey of magic, to begin this journey of positive manifestation. And so again, I think that Aquarius, because in Aquarius fashion, this is a very channeled message. Aquarius is this sort of full picture. So Aquarius is getting the opportunity right now under this full moon that, like, you are being told everything that it's going to be. You're being told everything that's included in the picture. However, you are starting at the beginning. So for example, if we're in the new world, you're being told, Aquarius, everything that's going to come with your new world, even though you're just starting the beginning phase. So it's like getting to see everything that will be included in a game board, or knowing how the end of something is going to turn out. And then with that awareness, how empowered do you feel in your start? Because I just feel a very, very, very strong, empowered new start. Because although to these people, places, and things that are coming into Aquarius's energy right now, you may just be beginning, they feel like you have this fervor, this gusto of someone who's like, I know this is my empire. Like, there's an intensity with this Aries full moon for Aquarius, this new beginning, this new start that you've cultivated and that you are now harvesting, that has to do with, like, the way you look at somebody. Like imagine now they're telling me, you know, you go to a bar and how intense someone feels when like they see their fucking husband. They don't know, this person is a stranger to them at this point, but when they look across the bar and it's like, I know that person is meant to be my spouse. Like the intensity of that is what I'm getting with Aquarius. And I believe that these new beginnings and these new starts, we got several cards that just came out, have to do with people will be perceiving you as like, this person, we were guided to this person and they're meant to take the cake because they're coming towards this new beginning, very Page of Wands, right? Oh, like maybe I'm starting a new job, starting a new relationship, starting a new way of existing in a community, moving to a new place, whatever it is for Aquarius at this time. There's this energy that I just can't permeate, that like people are looking at you like, it's not just, it's even deeper than committed. It's like getting the keys to a castle you know you're supposed to run one day. It's like starting a new job at a place that you know you will eventually run one day. And it doesn't have to do that. Other people have this awareness, but when they're dealing with you, they feel that confidence because there's such a confidence. And then again, are you kidding me? Bottom of the deck, we've got the Chariot, the Ten of Cups, and the Five of Wands. What Aquarius has manifested, what is really coming up is that there's this new beginning. Finally, Aquarius is getting all parts of themselves in the car ready to go forward. We are aware that we have cultivated this Ten of Cups feeling, right? Which is, I already feel like I have it all. And this is creating enough opportunities that you realize that you're in high demand. This energy says that someone who is fully ready to go, someone who is fully responsible for creating their own happiness, is going to be in high demand, and that they're aware of that. There's also this very big sense of there's no allegiance, right? Like Aquarius is very much in this energy also that's like, I'm ready to be the one to put on. Like whether you're around people, it's like, I want to show you a good time. I want to show you, like, it's not like, oh, this job, please pick me. It's like, there is one role I'm trying to play, and it's a lot of bitches that could be doing that. It's a lot of people that could be providing that for me at this time. So when I get this Five of Wands, I just get that, you know, people can sense that if we don't take this opportunity, Aquarius, this won't stop Aquarius. This will not stop Aquarius. Again, because you are motivated by your spiritual truth. This is so simple, so beautiful, so direct. So like I said, I feel like the things that you were harvesting in the way that you were realizing what you have in your repertoire, what your experiences up until this point have been, were meant to get you to start looking at opportunities that you can harvest that put you in that emperor. So again, we're looking at prophecy. We're looking at a whole picture, and how knowing the whole picture and how things are working can help you take step by step. So this is kind of like working backwards, right? Like if you know, though, if you see things that have that forever potential, that's what's motivating you to start new beginnings with people. And it's, again, it has to, at the end of the day, Aquarius is saying, if it's not in alignment with my spiritual truth, it's a bust. Because again, the Aries full moon is taking out all of that, the negative thinking patterns, the things that would hold you back, the trauma, the pain of your past. It's taking all of that out so that you're not repeating any of those things when it comes to trying to find and activate a beginning that is different than anything you've ever had before, because you are at a different level of mastery. I told you, in the very recent past, between the last time I spoke to you all, you were given the full vision. I believe, because I know this is true for me. I had last night, this moon gave me the biggest fucking epiphany. Like, it was just like, there was something that was so puzzling for me, and this may be a channel message. There was something that was so puzzling for me. Like, I didn't know how I was going to move forward. I didn't know how the next step, there was something very big that I needed in terms of my security that I just could not I could not understand, like, what am I supposed to be working towards? And it got delivered to me in Knight of Cups, almost like, it was time for me to, it came in through a feeling, and I think it illuminated the full picture. And so then it really fortified the steps I'd been taking, because up until yesterday for me, it had felt like my steps really weren't adding up to anything that made sense. And so I feel like in the very recent past, Aquarius was given this very big, holy shit, like this feeling that feels like a whole entire picture is coming together. And that's what's helping you finally make these very concrete ways. It's helping you know what to harvest first. It's helping you know what order to put things in. And it's helping you also start this new beginning that's starting with this Aries moon, these new contracts, these new relationships. Again, all of these things that are coming in for Aquarius have to do with finally when you were restored, like a bigger picture that, like, again, like a missing puzzle piece, but it's like the whole piece. It's like once you know what your motivations are, it's like you're able to form the plan in the best way in the very recent past. Exactly. And this is exactly what I would say. Aquarius was having to feel their way through. The only thing that I would say is there's no more Aquarius as just a service to people. Aquarius is being asked with this Aries full moon to take that first person, to look at your first house, to look at who you really are, and to not just think of yourself in this age of Aquarian as like how you can just give service to other people, but actually being in the things that you want, right? Because I think there was step by step, from the last time I spoke to you to now, to from whatever cycle you're in, you have been asked to discern every step of the way. Every time something is presented to you, an opportunity to collaborate, and whether these are jobs, friends, people, family, whatever is included in your life, every time something gets included, you are always going to be asked this, Aquarius. And what is the Two of Swords? It's our mini high priestess. This is you using your spiritual discernment. And this asks you, right? This is very Libra new moon. This asks you, is this really your truth? Because I think Aquarius, Aquarius has always felt outcasted, right? Aquarius is coming from Age of Pisces, this exacerbated wound of feeling like I don't belong and I don't fit in. And how do we mobilize that? How does an Aquarius change from feeling like I'm always on the outside of things? Well, maybe it's because your life isn't just about service to the collective, right? Maybe it's because you are also a human and you also deserve the right to decide what is it that I truly want. And when you start to discern in any moment, because again, I'm happy to use myself as an example, but for me, it's like when I was, say I'm looking for a job, and when I think about jobs I can do versus jobs I'd want to do, right? Like I went to school, I had a very specific specialization, but a lot of times when it comes time to look for jobs, whether that be the motivation of money or security or poverty wounds, I just think about what I can lend myself to. And a lot of times I think I deal with a lot more rejection or misalignment and opportunities that can make me internalize things like that. Because I didn't go to the board asking if this is even what's true for me. Is this even what? So again, Aquarius, even you have to figure out what you can apply yourself to, what your specific energy, your specific incarnation, your specific signature of things can actually do and wants to be doing. And I think that that's what this was all about. It wasn't that you weren't, but it was about getting in touch with what you do have in your repertoire, right? Like no more changing yourself, because no more going up to things that are misaligned for you and then just using that as negative reinforcement. You get what I'm saying, Aquarius? There's no more being like going up to something that is completely just like not on your path and that you don't have the things to harvest for it, and being like, see, there I am, a failure, and then leaving yourself in stagnancy. Because again, with this Aries full moon, I just get this big sense of like kaboot, like your spirit is like giving us a pat on the butt to like move. Like any stagnancy is getting blasted out, because everybody cannot use this as an excuse. We cannot use misalignment as an excuse for why we don't take control, creative direction of our own lives. You get what I'm saying? Because you were trying to identify this contract that I think you've landed on now, that I think this moon is finally able to give to you, because you did not stop that journey. You did not stop moving forward until you made as many opportunities as you believe you deserve, which is huge. Which is extremely huge. Let's see. And in our near future, again, Aquarius, you're coming into the throne. And the thing that you're coming into, that seated position, it has to do with the prophecy of your life. A lot of this energy of the new contracts that Aquarius are coming in, well, the thing that happens when they come to you, whether it's an individual you're meeting, a group of people you're connecting with, people that can take your business to the next space, places that you can work newly, places, new school opportunity, whatever the opportunity it is that Aquarius has been gunning after, when you receive it, because I want you to understand with this moon, it's here for you. Congratulations. And it's here for you because you already know this. I'm just here to validate that you didn't stop until you landed on it. But when you land on it, what it's going to give you is that sense of, there are certain things that were supposed to be on my path. I'm living in this space now, being in this way, having this lifestyle, and something about it deeply feels like it was always a part of my roots, right? Because the pentacle, I just think about the tree system, right? Pentacles is so real, but it's so connected. There's something so connected about when you receive a pentacle from the divine, how it makes you feel. And I think this is remarkable. And this will be, again, Aquarius is the part of our collective right now that is showing us that miracle of going from outside of it to like inside and in your castle, right? Because I think Aquarius is also going to realize that the way their situation changes right now means that like, oh, I really was just locking myself out of my own castle, because it was never about whether I deserved to be punished or whether I deserved to be struggling, whether I deserved to never be able to have the money, never have the things, whatever it was, whether I deserved it was never that. It was that you always had this ability, and that it was honestly about you honoring your spiritual truth that was going to decide whether you were living in this or not, right? Because now that it's coming in right now with this moon, this feeling, and remind you, everything that you felt like you went without, I feel like this new opportunity, this new positioning in life speaks to, like, very deeply and very intimately. Like, it feels like every moment of suffering, this new outcome that this moon has granted me because I did not stop, following the guidance and working on identifying my truth, no matter what position, what I'm offered, even if it's whether I want this or that for lunch, honoring my truth, getting really good at that on a day-to-day level. I have created Page of Wands, this reality that I always knew was meant for me. This is what I would consider your highest timeline. But I also have now gone and soothed every moment that I went without. I know that an Aquarius needed that. Every moment that you went without, you've already soothed. Because our current position, victory. And that's what I'm saying. I have been sitting under this moon and writing it out, because also our Aquarius collective, we are outside of the fixed grand cross. So a lot of those negative patterning that Aries is having to like get into the deep guts of, Aquarius isn't really within. So right now, Aquarius can sit in the confidence that they completed the cycle, because there's also something about right now for Aquarius. It says like, you will never be here again, which is also why no matter how difficult things were for you, you knew like, even if I'm down bad, even if I'm homeless, even if I have no money, if I have no job, if I have no prospects, if I have bad health, whatever the case may have been for you, Aquarius, you knew while you were going through it that this is the last time at a soul level you will be experiencing some of these things, because we're going into your age. So at a soul level, if you incarnated here with any level of Aquarian energy, you know that this victory that you're feeling is the biggest, because it's the difference between like, passing a test, which is, passing a midterm, your sophomore year of college, versus passing your thesis when it's time to graduate. This is like passing the thesis, which means like, this is the last test I will be taking before I graduate. I will never be back in this scenario. So it's a different type of accomplishment, because yeah, it may be just as hard of a test, right, as some of your midterms while you were still in the middle of you completing some sort of degree, right? But man, the way you feel when you take that last test for good is a whole different feeling. And I feel like Aquarius has just come into the victory, because what you just secured, what is being delivered to you under this moon, is the thing that makes you feel like, oh shit, this is an even bigger celebration than anything. This is an even bigger personal victory than anything, because it's completed. I also completed a whole chapter of learning, a whole larger cycle within my life. Like if I finally got a house, or I finally got a partner, or I finally got the security I needed, or I finally got my business off the ground, it's like this takes me to a whole new world, because that old world where that was where getting this was a part of it is done. And now I'm graduating to something completely new. It's so beautiful, Aquarius. It's a big feeling of, I know part of what goes into this victory for me is that I don't ever got to go back to that shit that I just did ever again. So congratulations. And that's what I'm saying. I'm sitting cool, calm, and collected as my high priestess. Like a lot of this month has been outside of the movement and the energies and the expelling old timelines and the collapsing of timelines that I was involuntarily sucked into being with. My high priestess has been sitting cool as a cucumber, because again, something about what's coming into this full moon has to do with your fate. It has to do with things that were always meant to be for you. And I think Aquarius was just scratching their head trying to figure out how to get from A to B this whole time, right? And so outside of our situation, we've got this personal victory that ends things, but there's also the high priestess in you that is sitting there like, right. And you have nothing to freak out about. You have nothing. And so if I could give you, as you go in and accept these things, because I feel like, again, Aquarius is going to have that interview, is going to have that date, is going to have that pitch, is going to have that new opportunity that comes in. As you're going through those things, I'm here to give you the update that you need to have, which is like, let your high priestess, the part of you that's spiritual, the part of you that's not in the matrix, the part of you that's not in the third dimension, the part of you that is non-human, that's non-physical, that doesn't stress about any of those things, let that really help you. Because even if you don't feel like you physically have 9 pentacles, your spirit is already secure. And I think that is what helps you make this final transition out of things. It helps you, because again, smoke is clearing. You're standing in your spiritual truth. You have no fear at this point. And a lot of that has been assisted because your higher self, your high priestess within you is the one that's like, okay, even if things are shifting and I'm not sure if I can make some of these goals and I'm stressed out, really, really connect to that higher version of you that's like, I'm not even just a fucking physical person walking around. I'm also the spirit of myself. I'm also the soul that's done this a lot of times and been in a lot of different bodies. And I'm telling you right now, the soul within every Aquarius is so solid, and again, is the role model at this time, is the one that we are meant to be learning and getting information from at this time. It is such a beautiful feeling. And so I really want you to breathe in and meditate over that as you get to spend time with this moon. Really connect with the non-physical parts of yourself that don't feel the limitations of this earth, because you are certainly not limited, Aquarius. And again, the physical part of you is going through a victory, but this victory is really a lot deeper than even just like, because again, we're talking about even if you do get a job, that's not what we're celebrating, right? What we're celebrating is that there was a part of you that always knew that this was coming in divine right time. And so now I think Aquarius is able to alleviate some of those nervous system circuitry that I think the Aries full moon really is trying to work with, so that you can expunge a lot of that from your DNA, from your cells, from these memories, so that you don't always have to have jerk reactions at certain stressors or certain, traumas, right? Because you now know that the achievement of this was deeply connected to also the non-physical spiritual part of yourself as well. And no longer can Aquarius, or does Aquarius ever need to divide the physical and non-physical parts of themselves. They move together as one. It's so beautiful. They really move together as one. Oh my God. And the fear space, though, the fear that you might have had of leaving old emotional baggage behind, the incentive, trust Aquarius, it wasn't that hard for you, because leaving it behind is motivated at this time from spirit by a fucking bag, by something physical, by something you really desire, by a pinnacle that will help you complete a bigger picture. And I think that that's what all Aquarians have really gone through. Like, I know for a lot of other cardinal energies, like, this time can be really messy and it can be very hard for us to see the fucking forest through the trees, right? But I think Aquarius is the one that is so close to something physically coming into them that they're the ones leading us at this time to walk forward, that your past is being eradicated. You are not what you were in the past. No one can define you by any trials and tribulations you've gone through, because baby, you've gone through them. And it's time for you to move forward, because this is absolutely what's being offered to you, Aquarius. Let's do a better shuffle. Thank you, Spirit. And our outcome, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Knight of Swords. I think that Aquarius is realizing, again, when we talk, because a lot of the readings were about, like, when we talk about what is aligned to you, soulmate energy, there's nothing that can stop it. And every time you come across soulmate energy, things that were destined for you, things that you are meant to make, all of these cups energy, things that you feel, this feeling now gets to penetrate in the truth. It gets to now come to you. I think Aquarius found through this trial and error, through this being honest about who you really are and what you really want, and not just about being of service, not just because, like, I have a lot of skills, I'm really good at a lot of things, I guess I can help a lot of people, or I'll date this person to help them out. There's no more of that. Because when you get a taste of how direct and quick and fast moving the things that are actually for your soul, mind, body, and spirit, they come right to you. And I think that you're going to be surprised, because this, again, I just feel this huge alleviation, almost like aloe vera on a terrible sunburn, right? Like, this huge alleviation that, like, all that being of service and lending ourselves to things was fictionalized. It was never needed. It was illusionary. And you can now be disillusioned by the truth that, like, really, things should feel that way. Things should feel deeply specific. Things should feel deeply connected to me. It shouldn't be just general shit. It shouldn't just be general friend groups. It shouldn't just be general jobs. It shouldn't just be general cities that we live in, or general, like, ways of being. Like, it should be very specific to you, Aquarius. And it doesn't matter how unique or eccentric you people might want to say you are. You deserve a life that matches that eccentricity to a T. And I'm so thrilled that Aquarius is finally getting the offer, is finally having a truth that matches their truth come in. And I just want to end for Aquarius with a crystal resonance about what this moon is going to be about for you. This is so beautiful. Again, because you didn't take the deceptive path, right? You took that warning. I told you the deceptive path ends in destruction, which means it would just leave you broke, busted, and disgusted. But I just see you completely rehabilitate. Oh my God. Rehabilitating yourself. Aquarius, your crystal resonance is citrine. You got manifestation. This is the manifestation. This is the delivery. Your manifestation is running right at you now because you actually connected with it. You have to reach for your manifestations that you actually want. When you do, everything conspires to work with you. When you ask the universe for that new house, when you actually visualize the house you want to be in, that's the one that comes. That's the one that actually can be there for you. Not just the general, like, well, everybody wants a mansion, so I guess I want a mansion. mansion, or everybody lives in this type of way, so I guess I want that too. No, what do you really want? And when you connect with the manifestations that are on your soul's path, they come for you. I'm going to read this for you, Aquarius, because I just think that that's such a beautiful message in general. I'm so excited for you, Aquarius, because again, this is all about you really connecting with what it is you really wanted. Citrine. Congratulations, Aquarius, for this manifestation. When citrine appears in your layout, you are being asked to take a good look at what you are creating at the moment. What are the beliefs, thoughts, and desires that are creating the present situation for you? Remember, you will manifest whatever it is you hold most in your mind and energy. Are your words and actions consistent with what you want to create? That is the whole point right now, Aquarius. I think you're realizing like, oh, this wasn't even simple. The outcome that ended up happening, the one that was always for me, wasn't even overcomplicated. It wasn't that I'm just a basket case and I struggle and I have all these issues and there's something wrong with me because other people seem to be able to manage their lives just fine and I can't. It was never that. You're realizing that like, oh, but there was a misconnect. It was either that my words weren't matching my actions or my actions weren't matching what was in my heart. Whatever that disconnect was, I feel like this reading illuminates that like through this moon lunation, you completely fix that to where now the manifestation can actually come through to you. Citrine has appeared today as your ally in order to aid you in clarifying what it is you truly want to manifest. Open yourself to its guidance and to the divine will. Allow yourself to become a channel for the creations that the universe is sending you. When you align yourself with these sources of higher guidance, you will learn to manifest only those things that are for the highest good of all concerned. And this way, you will begin to see each creation you birth onto the earth plane as a manifestation of light and an expression of joy. The chakra that Aquarius is working with during this moon is navel and solar plexus. And the affirmation for Aquarius is, I co-create in harmony with the will of the divine. And that's all that was missing, Aquarius. You were not broken. You weren't confused. You weren't someone who struggled more than other people. You're not too eccentric for it. You're about to manifest the true life that you really love, but you had to go into your heart space and actually open it up to see what does your heart really want. Because it's not just about service. It's not just about what will help you survive. You have a right to ask for what you really want, what would really make you happy, to live in the place without, you don't have to fucking move around just because you felt like something was rejecting you. If you really want it, you really want it. And that's the only thing in the end that'll come for you, because nothing else will manifest. You can try to run from what you really want, but it doesn't mean that it's going to manifest for you. Some other alternative, right? The only thing that's going to manifest is what's truly in your heart, because that's what you're sending out signals of all the time, Aquarius. And I just feel it because I feel it for myself, how big this correction in thinking and in circuitry is going to affect directly how fast this stuff can manifest for you now. Because I think Aquarius was like, shit is moving at glacial speed. Nothing is ever manifesting fast enough. And I think it's because you were not telling the truth about to what degree and from what level you really wanted things to transpire. Now that as soon as you started telling the truth to the divine about what you really are, what you really want, I think me and you both know, under this moon, here it is. The biggest